What's going on, guys? Robbie here, and today we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Combiner Wars Hotspot. This is the third wave of Voyagers from Transformers Combiner Wars, part of the Generations line, and I am so excited to finally have this guy in hand. I've got all the other Protectobots already in hand. You've seen the reviews, probably. And this is finally the chance to actually get the set complete. And I'm really excited about this. This guy looks like an awesome figure. I hope that he is. But as you can see, it's Hotspot. I never had the original figure as a kid. I never had any of the Protectobots, but I'm really excited to have this guy in hand now. So you can see he basically looks very much Optimus Prime-y. But checking out the back, we can see he does have a bio here, and it says, "The duty of the Protectobots does not stop when the battle is over. Hotspot and his team of heroes will come to mankind's defense whenever danger threatens." You can see he transforms in 17 steps. He is part 3 of Defensor, along with Blades, Rook, First Aid, and Streetwise, as well as the chess piece guy, Groove. That's the word I'm looking for, Groove. So yeah. You can see a really nice image of Defensor here on the side of the package. And I'm just really excited to have this guy in hand. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy open, and we will check him out in just a moment. Okay, guys, so here we have Hotspot. And the first thing I'm going to do is just really quickly show this guy off with some of his teammates, or all of his teammates, I should say. Here we go. We got Rook. We got Streetwise. We got Blades over here. There we go, and let's get Groove in on the side here. So, as you can see, they look like a really, really cool team. Obviously, the sizes are all off. Streetwise is like huge compared to this, fire truck. But as you can see, they look really nice together overall. So, I'm just gonna get these guys out of the way. They will come back later, I assure you. Just move these guys real quick. And so here we have Hotspot. Pretty nice. Vehicle mode rolls just fine. I have to say, my first nitpick with this figure, unfortunately, is that, I don't know, all of his plastic feels a little soft, and by that I mean especially up here in the this area, the ladder and everything feels a little bit like it was left out in the sun. It's just got that kind of like rubbery, almost like wobbly feeling, and it's not terrible. I mean, the figure holds together just fine. As you can see, there's no problems with the vehicle mode or anything like that, or the robot mode. It's just something I noticed, like it doesn't feel as solid as, say, Silverbolt or Motormaster. But I think it also may be due to the fact that, you're dealing with a much more stretched out figure as well. So I don't know. I'm not going to call it anything just yet, so whatever, it's fine. But as you can see, it rolls. You can rotate the ladder around. You can raise the ladder like so, and it bends here for no reason. Well, it's for transformation, but you can see it bends, and you can move the little platform around. The only weird thing is, if you turn around, you can see any fireman climbing up on the platform is going to have a giant robot face to contend with. That might be a little intimidating, so we'll say this guy works, alone. That's fine. So really, let me get this down. Boop. So you got a nice fire and rescue emblem on the side there, on both sides as well. Little Autobot symbol in there. He's got his guns plugged into the side. You can just pop these out however you like. You can even stick them up here if that's, better fit for you. And I think, whoops, come on. Let's get together, Rob. Let's get it together. You can plug them in to the sides of his ladder system. And I think that actually looks a little bit better, because then you can actually like turn it, and it looks pretty cool. You could even plug it up here on the sides of the platform. So you've got options. You've got tons of options there, and that's a real nice thing to have. But most importantly, we want to see this guy's robot mode, and to get there, all we need to do is unplug these guns again. We're going to flip this entire black piece up and over like so. And then we're going to take the back section of the fire truck and we're just going to split it to form the arms. Like so. And then we're going to take the entire ladder assembly and just turn it back and over like so. And it'll just hook in like that. And it's going to be sticking out a million miles, but we'll get to that in just a second. So you just want to rotate those forward and get his arms free. He does have some nice hinging in his arms, as you can see, like so. And we'll get back to that in just a moment, but for now, we're going to do his legs. And for his legs, they are tabbed in up here. They're tabbed in like a million spots. So we'll just go ahead and separate them like this, and that'll make it easier for us. You can see the little tab here that went into this little crevice, and there's a tab as well that's going to hook in there, and it's so many tabs. So many tabs. We're just going to bring this up like so, and that's going to basically form the leg. Do the same on this side. Just bring it out and up. There you go. And then bring the foot up and just sit it in place like so, and it soft locks into position. It can come out, but you can hear it soft lock in. So there you go, and I'm just going to turn that around, and those are his legs, and he's having a hard time standing up because again all of his weight is up at the top of his body. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the ladder here and we're just going to bend it down and in, and it's still sticking up really far, but you can actually take this and fold this down like so, and that's kind of how you're supposed to do it, and then bend that up, and then that will give him a bit of a tripod, actually. Not a bit, but definitely a tripod. But that kind of is, you know, that's sort of your best option, or you can kind of bring this in and sort of have it tucked in at his back, but that's going to give him a huge backpack, and it's not really ideal either. So your best bet is really the tripod method, which is fine because it makes sure he's standing straight at all times. And then, last but not least, bring this little panel down and just flip the head up, and the panel will fall off. So yeah, unfortunately that's kind of my, you know, that's the biggest problem I had with the sort of squishy plastic, is that this does fall off. That's the second time it's happened. It's the second time I've touched the figure. So just be prepared for that. But I mean, otherwise it's a really cool looking figure here. I really do like him. Let's just stand him up and stick his weapons in his hands here. And there is Hotspot. Alright guys, so here is the robot mode for Hotspot, and we're going to check out his articulation real quick, and he's certainly got it. He is lacking a waist. I'll start with that. He has no waist articulation, unfortunately. He does have a very nice head on a ball joint situation going on here. Let's get that head sculpt up real close. You can see the priminess of it all. Really cool. Now the head is blue like in the comic and not black like on the toy. I hope everyone is okay with that. And of course he's got the he's got the shoulders. They can actually go up like that. He does have double hinged elbows, so he's got a lot of movement out of those elbows. Really nice. He does have ratcheted hips forward. He's got super deep knees, like that, super deep. And of course the feet can go down like so due to transformation, all that fun stuff. So you can get some really nice poses out of this guy, and of course the backpack helps to balance, which is actually kind of nice. So there is that going on. And I can't help but feel I'm like missing something here. Like this is supposed to actually lock in somehow, but no dice, no dice. So anyway, we're going to show this guy off with some of his buddies, or all of his buddies, I should say. I'm going to pop that back in his hand there. And let's kind of set him back a little bit. And just pop in the other Protectobots so you guys can see how they look as a team. Go. Where are you, buddy? There we are. A little groove up in the front. So yeah, really, really nice looking team. It's actually a little weird that this is the only like blue guy, but I guess, you know, Blade's face helps a little bit, and then, you know, you've got a little bit of blue in Rook here. But very, very cool looking team together. I think they're quite nifty. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to pause the video, get all these guys ready for combination, and then we're going to go ahead and do Defensor. So stick around, I'll be right back, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Okay guys, so here we go, ready for Defensor. But the first thing I want to show you is something I kind of found by accident. It's not in the instructions anywhere that I can see, but going around to the back here, I told you that, you know, any fireman going up the, you know, on the platform here was going to have a face full of face, but that is not true. If you open this up, you can actually find out that, hey-oh, the back of his head opens up and flips down, and you can even see there's some little like diamond, you know, like the diamond flooring type of pattern inside there. So that is super, super cool. And this, I'm not sure how far this is supposed to open, but that, you know, that goes like that. And these holes are supposed to fit over the sides of his head. They don't quite fit all the way. I think they're supposed to snap on there, but I don't want to force it. But they stay just fine. But anyway, so you've got a little, I guess, way to get up, and then a little scoop for them to actually stand in. So ignore all of that. But anyway, ignore all that complaining about, you know, the head being there. So the head is perfectly well hidden. So there you go. There's that. Now to transform him into torso mode is super, super simple. I do apologize for the shaking camera. It's just kind of the byproduct of what's going on here. If I can get it somewhere more stable, I will in the future. But in the meantime, so transform this guy into a torso. Easy peasy. You just want to go ahead, lift the arms up, and you're actually going to use this peg on the shoulder here and this slot on the hand or on the forearm. Just plug that in. Make sure you actually line it up correctly. There we go. And same on the other side. There you go, and you're done. No, I'm kidding. So you just want to turn these around here, like so. And just put them back as they were for vehicle mode, basically. Just want to make sure it's all the way up. There's a little, there you go. It has like a little soft locking point. So there you go, you've got that pretty much done, and you want to open the chest piece up, flip it all the way down, and then rotate the head inside, of course. Now, here's what you do. We're going to take this whole part, and this is going to become the chest. So you see there's two slots here, or one slot on either side, I should say. Those are going to go and lock into the tabs on the shoulder pieces here. Just like so. There you go. And now, you're going to take the ladder and go between his legs, and then all the way up. And then there's these two tabs right here that can tab into these two slots. Just want to make sure you get those seated securely. There we go. Now flip down these panels, and they're just going to kind of sit on the shoulders. They're a little awkward, but a necessary evil. And flip that up and turn the head around, and there you go. You've got his torso mode ready to go. So very, very cool. Very nice looking torso mode. I'll show you a quick close-up of the head. Yo, you can turn it from side to side, of course. It's kind of like weird, almost battle damage looking stuff there on his cheeks. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. So you can like, oh, I tip my hat to you, sir. Yeah. All right, anyway, we've got Streetwise. Let's get him in there. Blam. Streetwise, you're in. Let's get First Aid. Whoop, come on, First Aid. Don't be the pooper at the party here. Come on. Let's everybody chill out. There we go. Much better. Much better. I'm gonna raise it. Bring it back. Raise it up. We've got Rook here. Oh, I forgot to open these up. Sorry about that, guys. Just open these little panels up to expose the connector points. There we go. Rook, you big giant square arm you. And you can, of course, mix and match these however you want. I'm just going by, you know, the packaging, what that shows. But if it's, you know, it's your toy, obviously do whatever you like. And there you go. There is Blades. There is Blades. It's weird to say. And there we have Defensor, more or less. Last but not least, we want to add Groove here. Actually goes this way. And I've yet to add this guy, but I believe it's just a matter of taking these two plugs on his forearms, just plugging them into the sides here, I think. Seems to have done the trick. And then you can, of course, kind of bend these back and make them go however you see fit. But yeah, there you go. So he's got a motorcycle sticking out of his chest, but overall, very, very cool. And of course, he's got his two weapons that you can combine into one by just plugging that in there. And now he's got this super long, crazy rifle of help, rifle of saving people. But I think he actually looks better kind of dual wielding these smaller guns. But yeah, there is Defensor, and of course he's got, what did I break? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Let's talk about this for a second. So one of the wheels just did pop off. You are going to get that, and to be honest, I'm kind of glad that was the worst that happened. Like, it popped right off, it popped right back on. There was no problems there. You know, I know a lot of people cry foul about that whole thing. But I'm kind of thankful that it wasn't a big deal. Now, this has the panel for the head facing down. I want to see if we can actually flip this up and still have the head peg in solidly, because honestly, it seems fine. Yeah, so there you go. So that was just kind of filling in the waist, but now you can actually have him kind of tip back a little bit more, and you get more articulation in the legs. So yeah, very, very cool. And I'm going to fiddle with Groove a little bit and see, you know, where he best fits. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and set Defensor back here. Come on, Groove, don't be like that. Don't be like that, buddy. Whoop. Okay. 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 Now, I wonder, can we set this like this? Because there is this little tiny peg here, and it should fit right on that. I wonder if that's how it's meant to go to begin with. And I just had it upside down this whole time, which would be fine. Would make sense. Because it doesn't quite reach the other way. But that's the way the instructions show, so that's what I was doing. But there you go. Actually, that looks much better. I think that's probably how it's meant to go. So that is definitely good, and that is on there solid. Like, that's super solid on there. Okay, so back it up. We are going to show Defensor here. Get back, ignore my paints. Here we have Menasor, who is taller merely because I mistransformed the legs. Obviously, you could do the same with Defensor here, but you know, you're going to have those real skinny legs from Hot Spots. I keep wanting to say First Alert, and I know how wrong that is, but that's what I want to say. So here's Superion chilling out next to him. So there we go, guys. There are the completed first 3 combiners in the Combiner Wars series. Defensor, really, really solid all the way around. I do like him. He's a little bit flopsy in the legs, but the majority of them seem to have real problems with their legs. Superion, I think, is the best in that department. He's got the most solid stance. Menasor, I still feel I like Menasor's look the best. But Defensor is definitely really, really cool. I'm just happy to have all the team together now. So I plan on, you know, probably displaying them individually rather than as a unit. But that, guys, is going to do it for this review. I want to thank you so very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. We've got more Transformers coming real soon, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, check out some of my other videos, you know. Maybe you'll find something you didn't know you loved. But anyway, thank you guys again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.